Welcome back to the Hood Table to all my hoodies. Please make sure on your way in you like and share the video and subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already officially one of the hoodies. Now, today, you guys, I am going to be speaking about something tragic that just happened in our neck of the woods here in Omaha, Nebraska, right in the Midwest of the map, the middle of the map, I should say. Some of y'all have probably learned already about a mass shooting that happened here over the weekend in Omaha, Nebraska, because it's been literally trending and going nationwide on social media and on the news, of course. Now, what happened from what we have learned so far was there was a party thrown at a location in North Omaha off of 34th Avenue and Ames, or off 34th and Ames Avenue. And it's right literally across the street from the YMCA. But it was in the middle of the night when this shooting happened around like 4 a.m. And so the only parties that were involved in the shooting were those some of the people who had attended the party. And there were 8 people, 7 injured, and one unfortunately passed away. A very, very beautiful young lady, 20 years old, named Carly Wood. Now we're going to go to a news video clip here so you guys can hear what the news had to say and what the owner of the property had to say. It is owned by a man here who happens to be a pastor, and he had purchased this location because he said, a lot of us understand here in Omaha about a lot of zoning restrictions in our city and whatnot. So he had purchased a property 2 years ago where the shooting took place because he wanted it to be available to entrepreneurs in Omaha. Um, and from what the police are saying, basically, the building is kind of like a social hall. I believe it used to be a house, and now it's a social hall. And at least that's what the police are saying, even though the pastor's saying that, he had bought it because he wanted it to be available for entrepreneurs. I did hear that there was a party there last weekend as well, the weekend before. But from what I saw on Facebook and what I've heard from people who attended, the party was awesome. Nobody was injured, and I don't think any, drama, popped off at that party. But unfortunately, again, this last weekend, somebody had a party there, and again, 7 people were injured by gunshot wounds, and one person unfortunately passed away. So let's go to this news clip real quick.
Omaha police identify the victims in Sunday morning's mass shooting, including this woman, 20-year-old Carly Woods. I'm Quinicia Fraser.
Good evening. I'm Bill Shammer. Police say she was at a birthday party off 33rd and Ames when the shooting started. 2 other women and 5 men survived their injuries.
A vigil for the victims is about to start. KETV News Watch 7's Alex McClune is there live with new details. Alex?
Quinicia, Bill, the owner of this business space behind us, declined to answer our questions Sunday and Monday about what happened here over the weekend. Now, you may be able to see he just walked into the building with our nightside reporter into the building space. He says there was a vigil scheduled for tonight that is now scheduled for tomorrow night. He is the one who called for the vigil tonight, but they have since reorganized. Now, when I was here earlier today, forensics detectives were on scene, and one of the event space workers tells me there was a rented event here this weekend.
The event that happened that night, I had no idea.
North Omaha pastor and business owner Myron Pierce only spoke on Facebook Live Monday, saying he was in New York City when somebody opened fire at his business property off 33rd and Ames the day before, killing 20-year-old Carly Wood and injuring 7 others, according to Omaha police. OPD released the names of the victims Monday, ranging in ages 25 to 34, and Omaha's police chief says there is no indication it was a random shooting.
So we started renting space for entrepreneurs in North Omaha, as well as other things.
When a police forensics team was on scene Monday afternoon, People carried out a tiki bar decoration from inside. One of them said the space was rented out Saturday, and an OPD spokesperson said Monday, this address is considered more of a social hall that can be rented out for private events. This was in fact a birthday party being held at the hall. The police spokesperson didn't name who the party was for.
A young lady's family that lost her life in this senseless violence in our city is absolutely unacceptable.
The business owner went on to say it's a low blow for North Omaha. Now, if you know anything about what happened here, Omaha police are asking you to call Omaha Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. That's 402-444-STOP. Police have not announced any suspects or arrests in this case. Back to you.
Alex, thank you. And the family of the young woman killed says she worked 2 jobs, aspiring to start her own beauty company. The mother of Carly Wood tells KETV News Watch 7, for those who were lucky enough to cross paths with her, even if in a dark place, she was their light at the end of a tunnel, saying, quote, we hope people will never forget her and the confident, driven spirit she projected. Her older sister, Autumn, says she always stood up for others, and we now ask that everyone stands up for Carly Rain. The Papillion La Vista High School grad was just 20 years old.
You guys, I totally agree with the pastor who is the owner of that property, what he said on his Facebook post. I don't know if he has since then became available to the news department or KETV or any other news channel to actually sit down and speak with them. But from what he said on his Facebook post, it was a very senseless shooting. That young lady, 20 years old, beautiful young lady. Let me pull her picture up here. Um, Her name is Carly Wood, 20 years old. Went to a party and around 4 a.m. over there off of 33rd, 34th Avenue in Ames. She was murdered, and 7 other people were injured by gunshots. I want to say, first of all, my condolences to Carly and her family, her friends, her sister. They did make a Facebook post. Actually, the sister of Carly did. She made a Facebook post, so I want to pull that up real quick. Her name is Autumn Wood, and what she said was on November 13th at 2:08 p.m. Dear friends and family of my little sister Carly, I am devastated to announce that Carly is no longer with us. Earlier this morning, she was rushed to the ER with multiple gunshot wounds. She was one of several people shot during a party, and there is now an ongoing investigation. At this time, she was the only life lost. She was only 20. My mother and I were not allowed to see her at all and were given very little information. We still have no real answers. So at this time, I just ask you and others to share positive memories of Carly. Share photos in the comments or send them directly to me. Then she puts hashtag rest in peace, Carly Rain, and a purple heart, and sun with a cloud. Again, my condolences to the family. I really hate that this has happened to you guys. I hate that there was a shooting, period. The other victims, there were 7 other victims that did not pass away. Nobody else so far has passed away, and hopefully nobody else will pass away from that mass shooting, that senseless mass shooting. Again, the Omaha police would love for people to come forward. Um, there is an anonymous tip line if anybody is don't want to come forward. We definitely do understand how people feel about speaking on certain topics like this, being a witness, on topics like this. So for the people who want to come forward but don't want anybody to know, that they know anything or saw anything, there is a tip line. There's a tip line. All you have to do is call Crime Stoppers, and nobody has to know. And there usually is a reward for people who do come forward. Now, I would like to read a response from Omaha Mayor Gene Stothard and the Omaha Police Chief Todd Smodemeyer. Stothard and Smodemeyer released statements Sunday afternoon about the shooting. Stother gave her condolences to the family of the person killed. She said, I offer my sympathy to the family of the person killed early today at 33rd and Ames, and that was this past weekend. I have confidence in the Omaha Police Department to thoroughly investigate the shooting and provide resources needed to ensure public safety, Stother said in a statement. She went on to say witnesses and others who have information about this incident must cooperate with police or use Crime Stoppers to provide anonymous information. The grieving family and friends of the victim deserve to know what happened. Smadar said police presence will increase after the shooting. He went on to say it is imperative OPD pieces together what took place so resolve can come for the victims and the families. At this point in the investigation, an after hours party was occurring and a confrontation took place, resulting in gunfire, Smottemeyer said in a statement. There is no indication it is a random shooting. Extra OPD resources are being utilized and police presence will increase for the time being. So that part is good to hear that it wasn't a random shooting. So people, it wasn't somebody just going around just shooting up in the city, but still, yet this is tragic. We didn't have mass shootings here in Omaha before. I know you guys, some of you guys have heard about the national televised situation we had at the Von Meyer Mall a while back. That was devastating too. That was a tragic too. Omaha don't often get things like this happening here in our city because we are considered a little city, but a big little city. I remember back in the day when they used to call us Little Chirac because some of our crime, I don't want to say seasons, but some of the times that we were having like high crime in our city, like when the gangs were big, the drugs were big, things like that, it was like our ratio was kind of the same ratio as Chicago, even though they're much bigger than us. But yeah, so um, we our city has suffered a lot of loss and a lot of devastations when it comes to back in the day crimes and drugs and gangs and all that kind of stuff. But this is something that we're just we're not accustomed to it and we don't want to get accustomed to it. No community wants to get accustomed to this. This is another unnecessary shooting, mass shooting that happens in the United States. And again, extremely, extremely sorry that this happened. I'm extremely sorry that the family lost their sister, their friend, their daughter, 20-year-old Carly. Let me put her picture up here one more time. If anybody knows anything, please come forward. Give this family and the families of the other shooting victims some type of justice. And on that note, everybody, stay safe, be blessed. Make sure you always remain vigilant at all times. Make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to this channel if you're not already an official hoodie. And always remember to keep it hood. Bye.